Hey there, it's Dean Odell with Seven Gables Real Estate, the Odell Group. Today is July 13th, and welcome to another Back to Basics edition of Tustin Talks. The question here is this bubble going to burst? Is there a bubble? Well, we're going to talk about it in today's Tustin Talks. So we're going to be looking at multiple charts today, and we're going to be talking about not only what's going on in the market now, but the effect that interest rates are having on affordability in our marketplace. We want to know what you think about this edition. Really help us out. Like it if you like it. Make some comments. We're talking about this format versus the format we used before because it is a big time saver. It's still got all the same great content in there, just not all the animations and movement and stuff like that. So see what you think about this and let us know. We'd appreciate it. So this is what the active listing inventory looks like in Orange County. Of the 650,000 possible homes that we could sell in Orange County, there are today 2,276 homes. You can see where we were 2 weeks ago. You can see where we were last year. That is a 1,600 home drop from last year. Percentage-wise, that's about a 40% drop, but the three-year average was 6,708. That's almost triple. So we're down about 65% in inventory. And you can see that what years did what by looking at the chart there, looking at the colors. We're the light blue color this year. You can see we are at a historical low level for Orange County inventory. So now we're going to look at what's gone into escrow in the last 30 days. We're measuring demand, right? Like, where is it? Okay, well, if you look today, meaning over the last 30 days, 1,560 homes have gone into escrow 2 weeks ago. You can see where we were. Last year, we were at 1,710. Three-year average, 2,582. We're down 40% from there. Well, you know what? You saw how much we were down in listings. Now you see how much we are down in demand. So you can understand that, yes, we're down in demand. And there's a lot of reasons that's going on that we're going to talk about. But we still don't really quite understand how low in demand we might be if we actually had more listings to sell. But I've got a pretty good feeling I can explain that to you. So let's just keep moving on. Okay, so Orange County expected marketing time. You can see the chart there. What kind of market is defined by how many days you can expect for the property to sell based on what's going on. So today we're at 44 days. Last year we were at 67 days, and our three-year average is 78. So you can see even when it was at 78, we were still in a slight seller's market. That was 2017 to 2019, right? So, I mean, it has been a long time since we've been in a balanced market and even a buyer's market. But as always, you have to look at it by price range. So if we break it down by price, you can see that's where things change, okay? We have a hot seller's market under $2 million in Orange County. You start going 2 to 4, it's a slight seller's market. Over 4, it's a deep buyer's market. Okay, we measure that, and you can see that by the marketing time, also measured as percentage of current inventory versus percentage of current demand. And you can see last year's number versus this year's number. So we are in a quicker market right now, all the way up to $4 million than we were last year at this time. Now, this is the skeleton in the closet, you guys. This is Orange County's affordability over time. So often I get sellers that say, oh my gosh, what are these people complaining about? So what if rates are, 7%? I remember when I bought a house, it was 14% back in the 80s, right? So let's look at that because you know what? The interest rate doesn't matter. What matters is what was the average or median price at that time and how much was the payment as a percentage of income? When people thought it was tough in the 80s, payment as a percentage of income was only 55%. You can see in 2006, it was 63%. And that's kind of when we knew, because I've been around for a while, all this gray hair. That was when we knew to tell our sellers, it's time to get out. This is crazy. Payment's 63%. Compare that with 2012 when it was only 33%. So it doesn't matter what the interest rates were, it matters what's the percentage of the payment versus what someone's income is. So now look where we are in 22 and 23. We are at 62 to 72%. So it's like, what's holding this market up? I mean, this is crazy. A payment as a percentage of income, 62 to 72%. Well, obviously a lender's not going to approve that loan, which is why we have a lot less buyers in the marketplace right now, right? Now, I said earlier, we can't exactly measure that because we don't have enough inventory to measure it, but we are seeing signs that it's going to change. Okay, let's just put it that way. We can see it with our own listings. We can see it with the houses that we show. Some of these people are just asking prices that nobody's going to pay, right? So we have to keep that in mind. All right. So let's move on. So I'm going to start with buyers. Buyers, just be patient. Don't have fear of missing out. all the analytics really historically are in your favor in terms of this market changing. The only thing that's favoring the sellers right now is they don't have any competition, and that's what's holding prices up. So what's going to change it for the sellers? Because my advice to sellers right now would be, if you're at all concerned with trying to retain as much equity in your home as possible because you're ready to sell it, you're ready to move, now's the time to do it. Even if you got to pay capital gains, so what? I mean, if you calculate out your capital gains for a lot of people, I just did this for somebody. I mean, at the end of the day, by the time you take your basis, your improvements, your cost of sale, everything, they were selling something for about $750,000 that was going to have a $25,000 capital gains. And I had to explain to them that, well, that just means that what happens if your house goes down 3% in value? I mean, that could happen very quickly, right? So we've already seen prices go down and then come back up in the spring market. But, it's normal that prices go up in the spring market. So it's going to be real interesting to see what happens the next 6 months of the year. So buyers, be patient. Sellers, be smart. Like I said, my advice, get going, get out. So anyway, last thing we want to say is we just put out our magazine here. It's a great magazine. It gets delivered to about 8,000 homes in our area. And if you want to see what's in there, there's a lot of different things that have to do with the community, not just real estate, but there is also, of course, real estate in there, right? I'll give you a little background on some of the people on our team, some of our listings, some of our sales. But it's got a lot of other good content in there for the community. So check that out at thetustininsider.com. And just remember, we're here for you guys. I mean, we've been through a lot, 33 years of doing this. You're going to see a lot of real estate agents drop out of the business. Okay, this is when they all go away because, number one, there's not enough deals out there for everybody. Almost 75 to 80% of the agents are out of the business within 5 years. Okay, we have been around for a long time. We know what's going on here. We can help you out. We can give you the best advice. All you got to do is call us. Whether you're a buyer or seller, if you're a seller, we'll get that house all fixed up and ready for the market for you. Whether you're a buyer, we're not going to let you overpay for something. We want to walk you through this process, make sure that you're happy with what you got. And that's it for this Tustin Talks. We will see you on the next one. Thanks for tuning in. Please like or share this. Comments. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks. See you next time.